Follow me on all social media platforms.
Hello guys, Insane here, and today I'm going to be talking about on why I want the great graphics to come back. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, back in I think this is 7th gen consoles, like the HD generation of gaming, with the PS3 and Xbox 360. Most games came back on at the time where really grey. They really had brown and grey graphics. I mean, not all of them, of course, but most games that were shooting games had brown and grey graphics and everything. Even practically all the games. Now we just have games that are very colourful. Like this to have too much colour. Saying you can just argue The Last of Us, has too much colour. It's pretty grey, but no, The Last of Us is pretty colourful if you think about it. The Last of Us has like a lot of colour to it, into like the areas inside the buildings has a lot of colour to it. Yeah, it might be a dark game, but it's pretty colourful game as well. I want games that was just completely just brown and grey, as you see on the PS3 360 generation. Most of the games, I mean, Assassin's Creed, the first one was pretty dark. It was pretty brown, Killzone, Killzone 2, then they kind of changed, was pretty dark. Then they tried to do it with Killzone 3, saying they tried to change up the colours, put more colour to the game because the one they compared with other franchises, they should have just been doing their own thing, Call of Duty World at War was pretty dark. COD 4, saying Modern Warfare 2007, I have to say 2007 because we have two Call of Duty Modern Warfares now, so actually 3 if included the remastered version. But yeah, COD 4 Modern Warfare was pretty dark, yeah, I think even Homefront as well, the first Homefront from 2011 was pretty grey. All these games were grey, but they were very innovative games. Doesn't mean they have brown and grey graphics. Doesn't mean they were innovative. I mean, World at War was pretty fun, even though it was brown. Most of the areas were brown. It didn't have much colour to it. Me personally, I didn't complain about all the games looking brown. There's mostly people that practically don't play video games were complaining that, well, I don't like the graphics, saying everything just looks the same, saying all the environment looks brown. These are the same people complaining about Gears, everything, And yeah, I just don't really like how all the video games has too much colour to them. That most video games don't need colour. I mean, Black Ops Cold War doesn't need all this colour to it. Battlefield 5 didn't need all the colour. Battlefield 5 was set in World War 2, and why is it so colourful? I mean, I might as well just play World at War, or the old Battlefields, because they didn't have much colour to them. I mean, I'm not saying if the game is good, but Battlefield 5 wasn't a good game. I mean, it wasn't really a good game. So I'm just sick and tired of all the games trying to look like Fortnite. They should tone down the graphics. I mean, look at the new Adventures game. No, not Adventures. The Kill the Suicide Squad game. They're going for more coloured theme, saying, and you can class the Adventures as well, And like I said, in the PS3 generation, Xbox 360 generation, and even PS2 generation in some areas, mostly survival horror games, which I'm gonna do a video about survival horror and what I like about why I would like survival horror to be coming back as it was on the PS2. But yeah, but yeah, PS3 games were and the 360 game were all mostly dark and brown, you know, which I liked, to be honest, you know. I didn't hate the color effects, you know. I feel like, you know, most people now that didn't play those, that wasn't a game in that generation, you know, because of the colors. That's why they didn't like video games. I mean, you know, nowadays, you know, everything has to be rainbow colors and have so much color to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to have that much color, just play an anime, you know. I mean, anime is just way better, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying I don't like colorful games, but it's every single game that come out that doesn't need to have all this color, like, you know, but the Call of Duty games doesn't need all this color to it. Battlefield didn't need to add in all this color, you know. I'm just sick and tired of this games just color, and then the critic says, oh well, all the games are just too brown, you know what I'm saying? Most of these critics are leftists anyway. But yeah, these are the people that complain, oh, this game just looks too brown, you know what I'm saying? It has no life to it, you know? Which, I don't really care, you know, about those people, because these people do a bad review. They're probably the people that give that film from Netflix that is pretty much making everyone cancel their prescription that they pay, you know? So yeah, I'm just done with these people. I really want the games to come back, you know, as it was before, like on the PS3 and 360 generation. I mean, those games were all brown. Not all of them, of course, but most of the games, like the shooting games, were brown, you know. And I wish they can go back to that effect, you know. Because I'm sick and tired of all the Fortnite clones trying to look like Fortnite, you know, like, you know, Suicide Squad's killed the Justice League. Well, we're gonna make everything colourful because, you know, because you know, we have to make everything colourful. Even the Batman game, the first one, Batman Arkham Asylum, was even pretty brown. They didn't have much colour to it, you know. But we have to make everything the same, you know. Saying after that, everything has to be brown, you know. No, I mean, I'm talking about Fortnite, not brown. But yeah, I like that. You can say, well, you know, it'd be too hard, you know, because, you know, all the games were like that back in the old days, so people didn't buy them, you know, which is false. People didn't buy them, you know. But yeah, you know, I can understand that why games looked, why people didn't buy them. But I mean, these colourful games like you see with Fortnite, you know, most of them are just boring, you know. They just have a lot of colour in it. They have like an anime-ish feel to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think Radical Heights, you know, they put all this colour to it. When you play it, it's like garbage, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather sacrifice the art design, you know, like making it more like brownish, you know, grey, and then have a game like Radical Heights that looks like, you know, it looks like an anime or a cartoon, but it looks boring, you know. It's boring, you know. And yeah, and like I said, Last of Us is a dark game, but adds too much colours to it. But then again, you know, I guess, you know, Last of Us is a pretty detailed game as well, so I can't really complain about it being dark. But you know, it's pretty dark, but you know, in most areas it has a lot of colour to it, you know. They try to mix it up, you know. I'm talking about Last of Us Part 2, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't like Last of Us Part 2, but you know, I do like the fact they kind of went a bit more brownish approach to the game, to more dark tone brownish look to a game. Then gotta make it like Fortnite, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of colour, like cartoonish, you know, like, you know, Battlefield 5 did, you know. So yeah, you know, what you think about it? Do you want the great effect, you know, like, you know, video games as it used to be? when they used to be like in the PS3, Xbox 360 game era, where they used to be grey, you know, all the video games used to look like they came from, you know, from like, you know, Stalingrad or freaking, you know, Eastern Front, World War Two, you know, effect, you know, like you see in Gears of War, you know. Yeah, World War One, World War Two effect, you know, saying, or like, you know, a freaking 1950s film, you know, whereas everything was just brown and then saying grey, you know. Or do you want the Fortnite, you know, colourful like anime games, you know, saying, but they're just completely boring, like, you know, Radical Heights and what's this other game that Dr. Disrespect did? I think the people that made H1Z1 made this game. I can't remember the game now. But yeah, that game just looks like it looks boring, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much. Just looks boring in like all the games, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me know what you think about this. You know, if you like those types of games, hit the like button and subscribe.